What's up, YouTube? Welcome back to the channel, Sleepy. Today we're gonna go ahead and be taking a look at the top 10 cards from Chilling Reign that is due to come out for the Pokemon trading card game on June 18th. Alright, so now let's go ahead and move on with the video. Alright guys, for our number 10 card, we're gonna go ahead and start with Melony. Now Melony reads, attach a water energy from your discard pile to one of your Pokemon V, then draw 3 cards. This is basically a watered down, literally a watered down water welder, because it attaches 1 energy but from your discard pile, so it's a little harder sometimes to get those energies in the discard pile than it is for you to have them in your hand with welder. And you're also only doing 1 energy instead of 2 with welder, and you're also drawing 3 cards. Melony is a great card because it gives other acceleration options besides Frostmonth for a lot of water decks, and it helps decks such as Ice Rider or Calyrex to possibly be able to do their second attack, which I think does 250 for discarding 2 water energies back to back every single turn, which is great. It also helps out maybe in Teleon, stuff like that, set up a little bit faster, get that max bullet going a lot faster. Might even help out even Blaziken VMAX, you know, get that first attack going so that they can power something else up on the bench, and stuff like that. So that is why we have Melony on number 10. We have it number 10 again because I think there's just a lot of more better cards than Melony in this set. Okay, for our number 9 card, we have Passimian. Its ability is Throwing Coach. All of your Rapid Strike Pokemon's attacks do 30 more damage to your opponent's bench Pokemon V and Pokemon GX. Can't use more than 1 Throwing Coach ability at a time. This is a great card for the Rapid Strike archetype because like stuff like Urshifu, Zeraora that we'll talk about later, and this that can quickly get damage up to like insane numbers, taking out things such as Crobat, the Denes very easily. After post rotation there won't be any Mew, so bench damage is going to be very strong within the Rapid Strike archetype. You can combine this with like the Inteleon as well to do an additional basically 50 damage to any Pokemon Vs or GXs. So I think this card is going to be insane. I think it's going to be a one of in almost every single Rapid Strike archetype. So yeah, that's why it is at number 9. At number 8, we have Moltres Galarian V. I don't know why I said it that way, but Galarian Moltres V. And we mainly like this card for its ability Bolstered Wings. Once during your turn, you may attach a dark energy from your discard pile to this Pokemon. You can't use more than 1 Bolstered Wings ability per turn. I expect that ability is very good. It allows each turn to be able to kind of play around hammers, so you can kind of do either Weavile, Galarian Moltres V, and E-turn to move that energy it recovers, or energy switches, any kind of, any way to be able to move that energy around so that E-turn can go ahead, even if it gets hit with a hammer, it can easily just attack the next turn. It also, I think Galarian Moltres also has the possibility for possibly somewhat of a Dark Box deck to come back, just because you're able to again bring back energy from the discard pile and then move it around with like a Weavile GX. I'm pretty sure in Taiwan or Japan there is a Dark Box deck that was able to get like 5 or 6 energy onto turn 2 and Dark Moon basically turn 2. So being able to Dark Moon turn 2 is insane, because you not only are you knocking out the possibility of VMAX fairly quickly, your opponent can't play trainer cards next turn. So just from that alone, you can lose. Then we have its attack Aurora Beam for dark colors. Does 190 damage, and it does 30 damage to itself. 30 damage to itself. It sucks that it has to do 30 damage to itself, but that Aura Burn isn't too bad, doing 190 damage. That's two-shotting almost everything in the meta. And it also gives E-turn again a secondary kind of attacker to be able against the Luke Metal matchup and stuff like that. Kind of a little bit of a bulkier attacker. So when we have those Amazentas, they're not just 1 KOing our like Hoopas or Spiritomb. We can kind of swing with this, and then maybe swing in with a E-turn, a Spiritomb if we need to. I know E-turn is playing Phoebe, but this could be a little bit of additional ways to take care of those Amazentas. Maybe using this to kind of waste their Malolanas and coming back later and swinging for game. But yes, that is Galarian Moltres V at our number 8 spot. Coming in at our number 7 spot, we have Cresselia. Cresselia with its Crescent Growth ability for 1 Psychic. Search your deck for 1 Psychic Energy and attach it to one of your Pokemon. Then shuffle your deck. If you go second on your first turn, you can attach up to 3 Psychic Energy to your Pokemon instead. This is an insane attack because it allows a lot of Psychic decks. Basically, this becomes a Psychic Volcanion, and it allows things like, it gives options for Psychic and Type Pokemon as a single prize kind of attacker that can attack on the first turn and set up your board. 3 energies is an insane amount to pull, so you can expect this card to be seen in stuff such as Greens, Trevnor, Calyrex, Calyrex Path to Peak, even Mewtwo decks. Mewtwo decks would love to see this card, just pure Psychic Mewtwo, and even a Rainbow Mewtwo. I don't know what your Jit2, whatever you want to call the Mewtwo of with that uses the Rainbow energies or Roar energies. I'm pretty sure they would like to see this card. They would just play thicker lines of Psychic Energy, but I think, yeah, it's just a great card. It's a Psychic Volcanion, accelerating energy to your board and setting it up. And then you also have Photon Laser, 30 plus damage. If you have 5 or more energy in play, this attack does 90 more damage. Not bad for basically a 5 energy cost and a 1 prizer. It's again kind of like Volcanion. If this Cresselia survives on the turn coming back after it uses Crescent Growth, go ahead and use Photon Laser for like 120 chip damage. So it's not a bad, especially since it's just a 1 prizer. Not a bad attack on that Cresselia. On to number 6. Number 6 and 7 are kind of interchangeable. It's Fog Crystal. Search your deck for either basic Psychic Pokemon or Psychic Energy and reveal it, and put it into your hand, then shuffle your deck. Basically a netball for Psychic types. And the reason why I say number 6 and number 7 are kind of interchangeable, because I feel like Fog Crystal gives a little bit more. They both kind of give a little bit of consistency, but I just kind of put Fog Crystal at number 6 because it is a trainer and it doesn't take up space. But still, they can kind of be interchanged fairly easily. Very good in Psychic Calyrex because you can just search for Psychic Energy and draw 2 cards. In at number 5, we have Blaziken VMAX Rapid Strike, and it has a clutch for 1 fire energy doing 60 damage. Defending Pokemon can't retreat during your opponent's next turn. Might come in handy every once in a while, but not really the attack we're looking to go with Blaziken. What we're really looking for is Max Blaze doing 130 damage for double colorless, and its effect is attach an energy card from your discard pile to up to 2 of your benched Rapid Strike Pokemon. And the keyword here is energy card. So this thing can accelerate and recover energy from your discard pile, even if it's special energy. So let's say you have a couple of Rapid Strike Pokemon on your bench, such as Zeraora or even a Rapid Strike Urshifu. You can bring back Rapid Strike Energy and attach it to 2 of those Pokemon. So like that's insane. And you're hitting 130, which doesn't sound like a good number, but once you think about things such as a Telescopic Sight, you have the Passimian, you also have the Inteleon in the same set that kind of rack up that damage. 130 isn't bad because you're still one-shotting, doing 130 plus, let's say Zeraora hits, it does 100 plus 190 to something on the bench because there's a Passimian on your bench. So that easily goes ahead and goes into that 2-shot range that we're looking for with trying to take KOs on VMAXs. So Blaziken VMAX is I love the card, but I think it's gonna be great. So yeah, on at number 5 we have Blaziken VMAX. In at number 4 we have Galarian Zapdos V. It has an insane ability called Fighting Instinct. For each Pokemon V your opponent has in play, this Pokemon's attack costs colorless less. With more and more Vs coming out and more playable Vs coming out, Galarian Zapdos V is just going to get better, especially after post-rotation. Zapdos V can be played in a lot of decks as a one-of and just attack because of its Thunderclap kick. Its cost is fighting and triple colorless, but that cost is easily brought down with its Fighting Instinct ability because there's going to be so much V. There's so many Vs already getting played in the meta. Imagine post-rotation where all we have is Vs, and it's doing 170. 170 is a nice number to hit. Again, we're looking to hit that 160, 170, 180 range for 2 shots on VMAXs. and hitting 170 isn't that bad. You know, you're still what, 170, and you're two-shotting a Eternatus with that. You're hitting 170 twice. Actually, you're actually one-shotting an Eternatus because it's weak, but just, you know, Eternatus HP 340 is the max HP that we have. But yeah, but also on top of that, before doing damage, we discard special energy for your opponent's active Pokemon. So let's say your opponent wants to put a weakness guard onto their Eternatus. That weakness guard is knocked out before we even hit damage, so like they're getting hit for weakness, insane, and one-shotting an Eternatus. But even that, this card is going to get played as a one of tech in a lot of decks that can play fighting energy, or they play Aurora energies just to be able to hit that 170 for a 2-prizer, come back. You know, again, 170 is that magic number that we can hit 2-shot a lot of VMAXs. So that is why Galarian Zapdos V is our number 4 card. And our number 3 card is Zeraora V, Rapid Strike for its attack, insane attack, Cross Fist, 1 lightning and double colorless, does 100 damage. But if any of your other Rapid Strike Pokemon use an attack during your last turn, this attack does 160 damage to one of your opponent's bench Pokemon. Don't apply weakness or resistance for benched Pokemon. That is insane. Doing 100 to active and then 160 to the bench. This can easily set up multiple knockouts to Pokemon. Let's say one of your Rapid Strikes goes ahead and hits the active. You can come back with Zeraora V, play a boss, and make sure you knock something out with the 100 damage, and then snipe the already damaged VMAX that you did on the bench, taking multiple prizes like that. So yeah, and especially after post rotation with Mew, we don't have any bench protection. This card is going to be insane. And even post row, you can go ahead play Rapid Strike Energy and a Tapu Koko Prism, get the energy onto this. Even with the new Flaffy and Evolution Skies that will come out, it's going to be insane. I know Evolution Skies is a little bit ahead, but I'm just thinking of all the possibilities Flaffy can help with Zeraora. So that's just going to be insane. There's just going to be a lot of crazy combos with Zeraora V, I feel, in the Rapid Strike archetype. So on to our number 2 card, we have Shadow Rider Calyrex VMAX. And this card's insane with its ability Underworld Door. Once during your turn, you may attach 1 Psychic Energy card from your hand to one of your bench Psychic Pokemon, then draw 3 cards. This is basically Malamar and Zoroark put together. Insane, because not only are you accelerating energy, but you can draw. So this card can be played as a support, and with its attack Max Geist, it does 10 damage and then does 30 more damage for each Psychic Energy attached to your Pokemon in play. It can do everything. So this thing can literally sit on your bench and just draw you cards and then also attack. And having a support mon with 320 HP, it's just insane. Yeah, Shadow Rider Calyrex there's gonna be some crazy combos. People are already talking Trevnor Calyrex handlock, where you Marnie your opponent and handlock them out of the game with Trevnor, being able to power that up on turn 2 fairly quickly. So that's just insane. You also have Mewtwo decks that will want to play this. Yeah, this card can just be combined with a lot of things in general, and yeah, that's why this card is insane, and that's why it's at our number 2 spot. And our number 1 card is Path to the Peak. Each player's Pokemon in play with a Robok has no abilities. This card is basically Power Plant on steroids, shutting down everything from Pokemon V, Pokemon GXs, Prism Stars, and expanded. It even shuts down Breaks. They released a new ruling. Anything with a rule box essentially gets shut off with this thing. This is going to be the bane of mainly the center of the Shadow Calyrex Trevnor deck, where Shadow Rider sets up the Trevnor. You go ahead, Marnie your opponent, play Path to the Peak. They can't play Crobats, the Denes, anything to be able to draw. They can't do anything. Even if they, let's say in a mirror match, they can't do Shadow Rider Calyrex to draw cards. Insane. This card is going to change the meta so much. It's going to change the way we currently build decks. Right now, we rely way too much on the Dene, Crobat, a lot of insane Pokemon draw, and I think Path to the Peak is either at least post rotation is going to force us to have more of a stadium more, and 2 going to force us to think about how we build our decks a lot, especially post rotation, because Chaotic Swell goes out of the gets rotated out. So that means we have to play a lot more stadiums if we want to play draw abilities or any other abilities on our Pokemon V. So yeah, that is why I think this card is number one. It's just gonna change everything about the game and how I feel like we're gonna be building decks. That is it. That is why it's number one. Alright guys, thanks again for watching that video. Now we're gonna go ahead and pull the winner of the Shiny Crobat V and VMAX giveaway. So let's go. Who is the winner? And it's D-Manthony. D-Manthony, let's go. I will privately message you over Twitter and send you over and let me know so we can, exchange stuff and I can give you the Crobat VMAXs. So let's go. Thank you guys again for joining the giveaway. And I hope you guys enjoy my content. Feel free to subscribe down below. Have a good day and peace.